especially at the start of my teaching career, I found that organization was probably the biggest or the most challenging thing for me. I think used to probably pretty traditionally used to have a bunch of pieces of paper with my students' names on the left-hand side and everything I was looking for on in the top columns. And by the end of the term or the end of the unit, I have a bunch of different pieces of paper, all color-coded and marked up with different hieroglyphs that I had made up and forgotten, and it kind of made assessment towards report writing pretty difficult. So I've been coming up with a way that kind of keeps me a little more organized. It allows me to track my students' progress from the standards. So the first step is you're just going to set up a Google form, kind of like this one here. You're going to create a drop-down question, and in it you're going to start plugging in all of the standards or expectations that you assess. So I work with the Ontario PE curriculum, so these are kind of paraphrased what these standards are that I'll be looking for throughout the year. So I think the only one I'm missing, I'm going to add in quickly, is B2, which for me is using strategic thinking skills in a game-like situation. After that, you're going to scroll down a bit and you're going to add in another drop-down question. This one you don't necessarily have to use, but I like to use it as a lesson topic. Again, these are not all the topics I teach. I just whipped this one together as an example. But you plug in any topic that you want to teach. So I got a bunch of just random ones here. Again, another drop-down question. After that, you're going to add in a multiple choice grid question. This is where you're going to put in all your students. So I think just the first name is fine, unless you've got like 6 Johns, then you might want to include their last name as well. But again, on the left side, on the rows, go your students, and in the columns, go whatever your kind of grade scale is. So right now, at the school I'm at, we use A's or letter grades. At my previous school, we would use 4+, 4, 4-, things like that. So whatever kind of grade scale you use or words you want to use, you can put in there. I also add an absent in column 12, just so it makes sure that I'm kind of assessing every student. I also make it a required question, so again, it reminds me to at least mark students as absent. So this next step is optional, again, but I teach primarily PE, so when I'm doing my assessment, I don't want to be stuck at my desk typing away. I want to be, have some mobility. So I use an iPad. So what I'm going to do is just that same form that we created. I'm going to go into my Google Drive, wherever it is here, and I'm going to find that example of standards tracker that we just created. So I'm going to pull that up in Safari. Once it loads, I'm going to hit the preview, which is this little eye on the top right, which is going to give me a live look at the form. And so again, you can see what we got there. We're going to choose the standard, choose the lesson topic. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to go up to, I don't know see if we can see it here, this little square with an arrow in the top right corner. There it is. I'm going to hit that. I'm going to add this to my home screen, which is going to make it appear as an app. So I add that here, and there you can see it's going to show up. I've got a bunch of different ones already on the go. I'm going to hit that one, and now that one's always there every time I hit it. I'm going to go up, I'm going to choose my standard. So maybe right now I'm going to be looking at how well they can participate, if they can maintain their intensity for upwards of 20 minutes during the personal fitness unit. Okay, and as it goes, I take my time throughout the class, assess them on that standard. Boom, bang, boom. It doesn't usually go this quick, but hey, we'll say the last person there is absent. Boom, and I submit. Okay, and that's it from my iPad. So looking at the spreadsheet now, there's a couple nice things I like, especially the timestamp. So with the timestamp, obviously this one shows that I basically did all my assessment in 10 minutes. But over the course of the semester, we really get kind of a pretty detailed picture of how often standards are being assessed and how the student has progressed through those standards from the beginning of the term or beginning of the semester to the end. You can also see how they perform on different standards and different topics. Of course, you can sort by the standard, you can sort by the topic, and it really, I think, overall helps paint a pretty clear picture of how your students have been improving and where their strengths and weaknesses are in terms of their attainment of the standards. Yeah, so over the course of the year, pretty Pretty powerful tool. Anyways, hope that helps.